I'm on Hoytsy's highway with Hoytzer and he's enjoying his breakfast. So I thought I might try a different style of vlog today, so I thought you could come along and join me on my morning routine. And it's a Freyday, so you can spend the morning and see what we get up to. Hey, but Hoytsy's very happy with his big bowl of food. There's the Hoytsy Poytsy. Little, go get your breakfast now. Little Jubbers is back in with him. Hey, I think Nero was bullying you a little bit. He's back in with his big friend. Yes, I'll go get you brekkie now. And then we have the Frey Rainers, little Floppy Doo, little Smurfykin, and Dannykin. And then in the barn, we've got the usual three of Weirdo in the big box, Neeka in her box, and Nero and Oscar in his. Your little octopus friend. You like your little octopus, don't you? Right, I'll go get all the breakfasts. So Hoytsy's got his food. So he's the last one to be fed his breakfast. That's all the breakfasts out. So that's the breakfast relays done to get everyone fed. And here's little Jubbies. He's back on Hoytsy's highway with him. So we're just keeping him away from Hoytsy's feed as it's got linseed and what's the thing what's got in? Condition and compete, which I think might be a little bit much for little Jubbers. So he just stays away from Hoytsy's bowl. I know, I'm sorry, but it's for your own little good. So you just stick to the haylage, yeah? That's better for you. Don't go for the condition and compete, because I don't think that does your tootsies any good, does it? No. I'm sorry. No. And now Nero's on the walker. She's going to start Neeka's eye meds, do her 2 meds of the morning, and then her and Nero can go and turn out together. So Nero's just going to be on the walker for 10 minutes. Are you need? Right, we'll do your first eye med, then we'll take you out. And then Weirdo will go on his morning walks. Look at that grubby little nose. Okay, now we've got everyone where they need to be for now. So Weirdo is getting his morning steps in. Neeka's had her first eye med, and now she's out in the turnout. So she's got the hay bar. And I've just brought Nero off the walker, so now he's in with her. I think he's trying to find the right place to have a roll. He's not found the perfect spot. We're getting closer, we're getting there. He's sort of digging around here, but I think more over there may be the perfect spot. It's a very hard job to find the perfect spot, isn't it? There we go, and we're down. Right, can you get all the way over is the question of the morning. Can you do it, Nero? Oh, close. We're going again. Yeah. Yeah, no. We didn't manage to get all the way over, did we? No. So after he's had a roll, he can be a bit stiff on his hind leg. But once he gets moving, then it eases off. Because he looks quite bad on it, but that's just because he's got up from a roll. So he just needs to take a few steps and it loosens off, doesn't it? Yes. Always happens after he has a roll. Always happens, doesn't it? Yes. Look at that little face. I think you've been lying in your own poo again, haven't you? Yes. Handsome little man though, aren't you? Ooh. Ooh, what was that about? What was that slight burst of energy about? What? What? You have food. Neeka will put you in your place. Hey? Are you wanting to be a grumpy teenager and just go back to your bed? It's nice and still and not raining outside, so you can stay in the turnout. You can go back to your bed later. You can go back to bed and Oscar later, but you need some outside time and some moving time first. We can't just be in bed all day, I'm sorry. time for me to do a box up here before I go down to the playground palace, so I'm gonna do Weirdo's box. Nero's a little bit happy in the turnout now that he's realised you're not going back to bed. So he's chucking into his hay ball. Noodles is still at the hay bar. But then all Weirdo's being on the workawayers get his box mucked out and blow through and tidy the middle of the barn. But then while he goes on his grass for half an hour, I'll get the first batch of feeds made, make the yard lot, so then they can soak while I go down, do the playground and palace, and when I come back up, we can make the second batch of feeds. Hey, works out quite well. Right, there we go, Weirdo is on his grass, so time to get a few more things done in the next half an hour. Okay, there we go, that's batch number 1 of feeds made. Just waiting for more water to fill up out here so I can soak the rest. And then I've just restocked a couple of the feeds, so new bag, conditioning complete, and restocked on Midday nuts. So that's sorted for today, so don't have to worry about that later. And of course, you've got to have a supervisor making feeds, because otherwise we would be lost making feeds without a supervisor. So here's got Smurfy. As you can see, he's had a lovely roll got on his face. That is his signature style for having a roll. Got to get it on the face as well, just so you really know he's had a roll, because obviously you wouldn't be able to tell he's had a roll apart from the mud on his face. How's the other side? Was it one side or two? It was a two-sided roll. But just... Did you really have to get it all over your face? Hey? No, you're not going in the container. You don't need to do a close-up inspection and taste test. We don't need to do that. Don't worry. I've made them properly. Yep. You're quite nifty with that little nose, aren't you? Yes. Because the Freeraners see this yellow bucket as their personal water hole instead of my feed water, so have to refill it quite regularly as they just drink it all, don't you? Well, I think Annie drinks more than you, but you still drink out of it as well. Noodles, are the Freeraners taking over? The Freeraners are taking over the hay bar, and I have no idea why. You have the hay hole with unlimited hay for you, yet but they probably just can't be bothered to walk that far. You know, they came back down from the fields behind the lodge, but now they probably can't be bothered to keep going through the barn into the hay hole, so they thought, right, we'll stop at pit stop number 1 and steal Neeka and Nero's hay, which isn't very helpful / convenient, because this is their food source. You have the yard, fields, hay hole. They have one. You have multiple. So you can go pick another spot to eat. No? Okay. I'll bring you to another couple of hay balls, 1 each, yeah? Sorry, they've taken over. Soz little man. He's got the right idea. He's the smart one. So he's come to the hay hole, so he's got it all to his little self, don't you? Yes. So he's happy. He has the unlimited hay. So we'll just get Neeka and Nero some more hay balls and do the last couple of little bits, then get rid of the grass, then head down to the playground and palace. There we go, Nero has his hay back, just trying to evict quite a grumpy Anakin. I have angry-fied her because I asked her to move away from their hay because she was being horrible and doing faces. Hey, go to the hay hole, kick Smurf out there, he can go find some other food to eat. Hey? But don't bully Neeka and Nero, because that's their hay bar. You've got the hay hole, yes? So, I thought I'd try a different angle for you to watch the feed time from. So you're actually sat on the hay bale, out in the playground, and I've confused them all, as obviously I've walked in without feeding anyone. Who are you? Ice has had a very nice dust roll, haven't you? Yes, right. Just doing something a little bit different today. Right. Get your feeds in a second. Pop that down. Yep. 1 second. So in their feeds today they have carrot, apple, banana, swede, a little bit of everything this morning. And the sun's come out, but I didn't bring my sunnies down, so I was going to have to deal with the sun this morning. So lovely looking feeds, aren't they? Very decorative. Just swap them balls around because Ren then gets fed first. Sorry, I just need to do a quick bowl swap to have the order that I want, to make life a bit more easy and straightforward while feeding. We don't want to be trying to shuffle bowls around, do we? Drag the bowls in. Of course, Iceman is right there, so he is now top dog, aren't you? Ooh, Spesh. It's weird, Spesh sometimes tries not to go for ice. She doesn't try to go for him, as obviously she knows that he is boss man, but she often does faces at him. It's quite funny. She tries to be a bit sassy with him. Where's my hangry hippo? No, you know it's Mabel first. The hangry hippo gets fed first. We don't want to anger the hangry hippo. And then Splash gets hers. No, Ren. No, back this way. Dow. Come on. Come back with me. Come back with me. Grab the second lot of bowls. Ren gets fed first. And then, Dow, you're going to come with me, sweetheart. You're going to come with me. Ina. I'm going to put Dow first. And then, little Miss Skinny. Han, go to yours. Sorry. I'm never quite sure who's the boss out of these two. Changes sometimes. There we go. That was actually very, very civilised. And Humphrey is still on the gate, which is impressive. Might not have been that windy last night. Oh, Hannes has just taken in his food. I didn't think that would happen, but it has. I've closed the gates and sort that out. How rude. So a lot of them have headed out into the field. So that's Iceman just disappearing. So who do we have left? We have Spesh left, Dow and Yo. So it might be another morning where they all just end up leaving and no one gets carrots. So we'll see. Yeah, I've reversed Arthur in. And of course, I've got my hot chocolate with me. And now it's time to start to tackle in the palace. But I'm not quite sure if someone has led down. It looks quite flat. It doesn't quite show on the camera. So I'm not sure whether someone's led down. Because it's sort of like flat. Right after they get up. It's flat. So I'm not sure what's happened here. Or whether I don't know. Who knows? I don't know because it's like sort of almost got like a bank around there. So who knows what was happening. So it's not the worst it's been in here, as they feed more outside. So we'll get cleared up. But at the minute, we've got 3 girls all happy with their treat balls. Splash is doing her usual car wash, aren't you? After going through Splash's car wash again. Is after going through Splash's car wash again? Eh? Little Splashy Splash. Little Splashy Splash. She loves her ears being scratched, don't you? Especially like the inside of her ears, don't you? Yes. There's Splash. Eh? And then we have Yo-Yo. Ooh, what's Splash? What? I've got no idea what scared you. And then we have boss woman Yolanda. She's second in command, but you know, she's still boss woman. She can boss anyone else around apart from mice, can't you? Hey, so you're still boss woman. And then we have Miss Dowd and Smoudle. Dow. So they're all happy with treat balls. Everyone else has left, open gates, and everyone went through apart from these 3. So I don't know. I don't know if there's grass growing, as they weren't waiting in here from first thing. So that might be a sign that grass is starting to grow and they would prefer to be out there. I guess while it's sunny again, you can't even see them because it was quite rainy last night. So I guess while it's dry and a bit sunny, they prefer to be out in the field and then come back in here. And it rains, as I think it's meant to be a bit of a rainy afternoon. So might as well make the most of it while they can. There we go, first half of the palace is poo-picked. There's Yo on carrot guarding duty. Someone always has to guard the carrots, otherwise you never know what might happen to them. I don't know, a ghost might come and steal them. Who knows what will happen. But only the 2 sisters left. Dow has also disappeared, so it's just you and Spesh left. Eh? You 2 gonna stay, or you 2 gonna go? That's another song as well. I don't remember the lyrics, I sort of remember that some sort of song. Hey, little Spesh? Spesh has got some steps in this morning. I don't know, something keeps scaring her. Not quite sure what, then she has a little trot. Hey? You've also got a little goatee, as you also didn't really want your chin doing the other day. Got a little grey nose as well. Look at that little grey nose. Hey? That's my glove so I can poo pick. Hey, I don't quite know, someone's been kicking around the side of the barn and I've gone down to the stone at one point, which is underneath. That's going to need a good raking, isn't it? Eh? Maybe it's a cyclist. Don't know. I don't know, there's something over there which Spesh and Yo seeming to look at and they're not quite sure of something. I'm not quite sure what it is. A Yoda. It's all nice and peaceful down here this morning. Still have a couple left. We have Yo and Spesh. They haven't disappeared yet. But it's nice and peaceful. You can hear more birds singing this morning. And the sun's come out, so that's nice. And I remember someone commented on one of my videos. I can't remember which one. Which I now can't find the comment asking, does the playground and palace cause us more work? And me and Tracy were talking about this the other day, and it does, but it's also a bit like a time swap really. As in previous years, they've had the 14 acre, and the front of the 14 acre always gets like really muddy, boggy, and sort of turns into like mud soup. Not the most pleasant. And they always used to sort of stand around the gate, looking at the yard, wanting to come in. And, you know, they sort of spent quite a lot of time around the gateway. So they got quite muddy legs and tails. So it was sort of a constant battle of trying to bring them up into like demud their legs and tails in previous years. So it sort of is a time swap. This year we've had the playground on Palace, and we don't have to worry about their legs and tails because they don't get muddy. Well, not really, because obviously the playground, it's stone, so they stay nice and clean when they're in here. Well, apart from if they have a roll, then they go a bit silvery grey, because the stone dust rubs off on them. But they stay quite clean, they don't get all muddy. Because I sort of remember, it's always Micah's tail. Micah's tail got horrific in winter, because her tail always got like quite tangled quite easily. And it always sort of happened when there was no water and all the taps were frozen, so we couldn't like wash her tail. But it'd always get tangled, and then sort of get tangled around her fillet string, her tail guard thing. So then you'd have to just use mane and tail spray to try and detangle it. So we did plait the tails, just do a couple of loose plaits, just to try and keep as much mud off them. But they're a lot happier now they have their playground and Palace, as I've never really seen them hover by the bottom gate unless they're waiting in the morning for feed, and then they sort of hover a bit more. But apart from that, they don't like really hover by the gates looking like they want to come in. They're quite happy in like just content with their playground. They have their 2 bales and they just have a nice, dry, clean space, which I think they quite enjoy. And I think Hannah's and Ice, they're very happy to be out with the girlies. Ice is happy he's got girls, and he's also boss man, because Ice, he's not like an obvious, I would say, Hidda Hoitzer weirdo kind of like dominant character, but he does want to be the boss. It was like when they first came and Hidda was out with his lady still, Iceman would try to fight Hidda for being boss, and you know, that tired Hidda out. And it's not fair for Iceman to take Hidda's place either. That's why we did split the boys into the boys area, because then when Freyday came, it was like, no, because yes, Freyday likes the ladies a bit too much. But hopefully Freyday might be able to go back out with the boys for spring and summer, when obviously they're not having haylage, so he can boss them around, because that is one of Weirdo's joys of life, I think, is having people to boss and shove around. I think that does actually make him genuinely happy, because I think he's a bit brighter now that he has a play date with Iceman each week. When Ice comes up, we normally pop him in with Weirdo for a bit, and they have a bit of a play date. Yes, Weirdo does bully and push him about a bit, but you know, that's not the worst thing for Ice to be put in his place a bit. But they are also friends. They also do like mutual grooming and stuff, so they are friends. But Weirdo just always has to remind him that he is boss. Then Iceman, he's more like subtle with his being boss man, because he's not quite like Yo. He doesn't normally go round trying to bite people. He just sort of, I think he's more subtle, like he just sort of does a face and people sort of back off him. Yeah, sort of different to Yo, because Yo sometimes just goes around reminding everyone that she is boss, but Ice doesn't really do that. He just sort of can just do a face and they sort of like back off him, because like they know he's boss and he knows that they know that he is boss. And it's quite funny. Spesh tries to do faces at Iceman. Does Iceman pay any attention? No, because he knows he's boss. But it's quite funny just to watch Spesh do faces at him, even though she knows they also won't do anything because Ice is boss. But it's quite funny. But I do feel bad for little Hannes, but someone does have to be at the bottom of the pecking order, and unfortunately it is him, and Spesh does bully him a bit more than the others, but he is happier out here with them, because it was a little while ago. Hoitzer was, I can't remember where Hoitzer was. Was he in stable stays? I can't quite remember. Oh no, he was down in the orchard. That's why he was down in the orchard. So we put Hannes in Hoitzer's house and highway to keep Jubba's company. And then when I brought Hannes back down the road after, was in there for a night or two, and Hannes was very keen to come back down the road. And you know, when I let him off in the playground, he went straight off running to find everyone. And yes, even though, you know, he does get picked on and bullied a bit, he's most happy out here with the herd. So yes, he gets shoved around a bit, but he doesn't mind it, and would prefer to be out here with them than up at the yard or anywhere else. So they're quite happy all in together, but they probably won't stay all in together for spring and summer, because if Weirdo can come back out, obviously he'll just go back in with the boys, because we would not put Weirdo out here. I think that would actually be slightly traumatising if we did, because the amount of squealing and arguments a lot would happen if he came out here, and he would just cause pure carnage. It's like we've always said, he would never free rein, because it would be pure chaos if he did. He's quite a little menace when he's out with the girls, so that's why if he's outside, he's just outside with the boys, because he cannot be trusted with the girls. But he's quite happy with his boyfriends. As long as he has some people he can push about and boss about, he's quite happy. I don't think he'd be sort of like a yo. He wouldn't be happy if he was at the bottom of the pecking order. He wouldn't be happy if he wasn't boss man. But I don't think that would ever really happen, because he knows he is the boss man when he's out with the boys. So he's quite happy being the boss man. And now I think everyone has left me. There's no sound. Right, we're about 3/4 done, so we've just got that left, but everyone has now left me, and it's very weird. The playground is empty. There's treat balls, but there's no horses, so they all got bored and left me. It's weird, some days they do this, but I think 'cause it's dry and it's sunny, so they want to be outside getting any grass they can, because it was quite rainy last night, so I think they spent more time down here. So obviously they all take advantage when it's sunny and go outside. I don't know whether we can see them or not. No, they might. Oh, they're right at the back of the 14 acre. So they're off enjoying the nice dry weather. I'm sure they'll be back down here this afternoon when it starts to rain again. They're getting through their bales. So we're getting there. So to get the last bit done. And then of course we have to head to Muck. So finished the pea picking marathon, and now it's time to rake. So I've just filled in the mound that they made. But it's so nice and peaceful down here, and it's so nice when it's just me down here, because it's just all nice and peaceful and quiet, and I think that's why I love my Freydays, because they're just quite nice and peaceful, as long as all the horses behave themselves, and it normally is just quite nice and peaceful, as long as nothing goes wrong. It's just nice, because during the week it's a bit busier and noisier, especially at the minute while they're doing the barn wall repairs. It's just noisier through the day, so it's just even nicer on the Frey days at the minute, where it's not noisy on the yard, and it's all just nice. And it's really nice today having a Freyday because it's not raining, as my last few Sunday Freydays have been soggy ones. So it's nice to have a nice dry Freyday instead of rain. So hopefully I might try and be a bit more ambitious today and see if I can get everything done this morning, whether I can give Weirdow's legs a wash as he's starting to stamp his feet again and let him know they're itchy. So we'll try and get everything done so I can give them a quick wash as he does get quite itchy legs. So yeah, Freydays, they can be quite a lot of work, but it's lovely, especially when it's sunny and calm and peaceful. And yeah, can't wait till spring, when it's spring and it's sunny and the rain and wind goes away. The perfect time before it turns into summer and then the clegs come out. I don't like the clegs. Clegs are also known as horseflies. I don't know whether it's a northern term, cleg, but that's just another word for horseflies, as I hate when they come out. They just really irritate me. So yeah, but we're looking quite level again, as they made some big holes. Like, I don't know what they were doing over here, because this is like their pea area over here, but right along the side, they I don't know, someone's sort of been digging. So you can see like the stone, which is underneath the wood chip. So who knows what they were doing? Whether they thought they could dig for gold, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so we've got it all levelled out again. Then I think it is just I need to rake around the hay bale outside, sweep the 2 entranceways, and then we can go to muck. So it is quite a full trailer of poo, and that is poo. I've not done hay yet, but I haven't had to compact it down. So maybe they are starting to spend slightly less time in here. And it's a sign that some more green stuff is growing outside and that spring is on the way. They're proper gateway poos at the minute, so I just had to pick up a few poos from the gateway, just so you can see what I was talking about earlier, like the front of this bit of the field. Yes, it's a little bit muddy, but nothing in comparison to what it has been over the years. But you can just see a couple of them. They might be starting to come back, so it's whether they're all going to come back over or not for carrots before I get out. But we'll see. You can see like round, there's sort of like a divider where it's just a little bit muddy at the front. Once you're in the field, there's like a good grass covering. So it is only like that little bit which is muddy, because then obviously they're on to the stone and into the playground. So it's a lot better for them. Still got blue sky, even though cloud is starting to take over, so I think it's meant to turn into a rainy afternoon. But hey, at least we've had a sunny morning. Here we go, just emptied the trailer, and there's Muck Fell / Muck Mountain. That bit's more mountainous, this bit is fell, so it's like 2 put together. But it's time to go drop the trailer back off. They're all starting to wander back towards the playground, and then it's back up to the yard we go. Up at the yard, and Neeka knows what time it is. Neeka always knows when it's midday, and she gets a midday feed, so she's just hinting it's midday and she wants her feed. So I've just washed the bowls for down the road, so we'll just get these ones stacked away. So just stack these on top of these, as then the teas and breakfast done. Done one of Hoyt's feeds, there's Weirdow's feeds, and then prepped these earlier. So we've got a couple of Weirdo feeds, and then that's Neeka and Hoyt's midday feed. So we'll get organised in here again. Neeka's happy. She was having a little tantrum as I made feeds for down the road for tomorrow before I gave her her midday feed. So she wasn't very happy, so she was kicking the gate just purely because I didn't give her her food first. So then I told her, you just have to wait, I'm just going to finish making feeds first. So she's got her midday feed. Nero doesn't need a midday feed, but you know, you have to make him feel included, so he just gets some carrots. Don't you? Right. Now I need to go feed the big man and Weirdo. With his midday feed, Weirdo, he's got his. So everyone is happy now that they've got their feed. Annie and Hidda are in the hay hole, so I just need to do some more nets, and then that's morning jobs all done. And then it's on to the afternoon. Weirdo is in Betsy's barn. I've just given him a bit of a leg wash as he was starting to get itchy legs and starting to stamp them. So given them a bit of a wash, so hopefully he feels a little bit fresher now that he's had their leg wash. He's had a nice bit of a groom, but he's not very impressed as I've had to tie him up in the middle as there's haylage in the hay bar. And you're not allowed haylage, so having to tie you up, and he knows if he pulls on one of the chains, go back, then it comes undone because it's the Velcro bit there. So he keeps trying to do that. Stop it! You're going back out in a minute. Don't become an impatient little man. I know you're not very impressed, but you're going out in a minute, so you'll be fine. He's growing a proper little tash. Come here. Look. He's got a little moustache, haven't you? A proper little moustache growing. Hey. Right, you ready to go back up on your track?
In the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears.